Yeah, we like right now I'm just kind of trying to take on a lot of like subjects I don't hear other people kind of addressing right now in
Mm,
music for some reasons. I don't know, like police brutality
right.
It's
is
kind of big on
definitely
that. A lot of our songs
a
are big
big
on
one.
that.
Like yeah, racist, like just the current like racist and homophobic undertones in all of society right now are
Mm,
something that's been really bothering me as a songwriter. So that's kind of like stuff we've been focusing on too.
right on.
And yeah, like moving
Modern
on to the
day
next show, it's
fascism, you
actually a
know.
fundraiser. Yeah, yeah, anti-fascism,
So
socialism, you know, community building.
would you say punk music has become like more or less political over the last 10 years?
You know, like it's interesting because I've always thought that punk is supposed to be political, but like I
Hmm.
feel like there's also a lot of people that feel like punk is really more supposed to be nihilistic as well too. So there's
Right.
like the super leftist idea of like
Hmm.
punk rock, but
Hmm.
there's also some people like mainly like a lot of like white punks, you know,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
they're more on like the nihilistic idea of like punk rock where like they don't really even want to bother it, like it's more about like destroying yourself as well as
Hmm.
society, you know, like let's just like get as fucked
Watch it
up
all
and
burn, you know.
party and
Like
have as
let's
much fun as we can and like yeah and like just like fuck everything because I'm like privileged enough to
Right.
not
Not
be
grounded in
like
anything
worried
material.
about that kind of stuff, you know? But like
Right.
coming from like an ethnic or a queer like punk rock perspective,
Yeah.
like no, like yeah, we feel that like we're kind of more on the edge of like the like punk as like a form of political action, you know?
Yeah, that's
Punk
true.
and rock and roll and just like music in general and creativity.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. What about during the Trump years? Did you see a lot of music that was political during the Trump
You
years?
know, the best one was
I guess
"Fuck
we
Donald
may
Trump"
still
by
be in the
Nipsey
Trump years.
Hussle. Like, really, the
Yeah,
best
Oh
song
yeah,
he
Nipsey
did
had
on
yeah,
it.
Donald Trump
Nipsey
era
had it.
was "Rest in
yeah.
Power,
Yes,
Nips."
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
bumped
so
that like a
tragic.
million times.
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck Donald Trump.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was especially through like the pandemic and stuff. People like kind of all of the anger was kind of mashed up with like other emotions too. So I
Hmm.
feel like a lot of music that was coming out around like Donald Trump was
It didn't get
wow,
released
this
until late.
sucks. Yeah, it wasn't like overtly angry. It was kind of like, I guess I'll get through this. This is weird. Are you guys seeing
Right.
this too? You know,
And,
like
People
kind
were
and
of
writing really like emotional stuff, like
yeah.
introspective kind of stuff.
and
Hmm.
also
Yeah,
like
like how do we get here?
during pandemic,
Yeah.
like you couldn't really. I'm sorry, you
Go
couldn't really
ahead.
like bands couldn't really practice together or get together. So
Mm.
like a lot of music didn't come out, or things like, or even Zach was kind of the victim of like having just released music and then like the
Oh man.
pandemic
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
know, I mean,
like
Yeah.
speaking of like music, like political music, like probably the biggest political like thing that came out that like everyone would be familiar with from that era would probably be like Idols, you know? They put
Yeah.
out what was the
Hell yeah.
last album called? Brutal? Was it Brutalism? No, no, no. It
Uh
was damn.
Brutalism Ultramono was the one that came out during
Yeah.
the pandemic, I think, or
Yeah,
right
you know,
after
and
it.
even they'd be considered a political band, but they're definitely like
Yeah.
more well, I feel like not very, but they're definitely like more subtle, you know?
Hmm.
I
They're
don't I feel like they're like pretty overt, you know.
they're
They have
pretty over
songs,
it, yeah.
yeah, there's those songs about beating up like conservatives, so you know,
Yeah,
I
I feel
feel
like
like
that
that's
was more
pretty
like in
we have
like
like
Joy
five
is
songs about that.
yeah, yeah,
The Creative Buzz podcast is sponsored by Thumbprint Gallery. Thumbprint Gallery was founded in 2009. We curate monthly and pop up art exhibitions featuring emerging mid career and established artists with a focus on contemporary pop culture, nostalgia, urban art, and pop surrealism. The gallery seeks to provide an eclectic and engaging atmosphere to view art by bringing people together in appreciation and support of local, national, and international artists.